Heisman is here. They've come from far and wide to watch the once losing his program in college football play in the national championship for the first time ever.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I was born and raised in Indiana, and I went to IU, and so like
Can I go there?
and we couldn't even spell football back in the day. And the last 2 years, Coach Sig, he's our guy.
In the middle of the Miami Beach Convention Center, a full-blown Indiana University pep rally with a marching 100. The cheerleaders, the red steppers, the twirler, and the IU drumline. What did you think of that pep rally?
Oh, it was amazing. It was so much fun to watch, and they're just ready for the game tomorrow.
Her daughter is one of the cheerleaders.
What a ride, right? How exciting and such memories and amazing.
The band has even mastered the ABBA song Fernando in honor of the former two-star recruit who is now the Heisman winner.
We are huge Fernando Mendoza fans. Fernando is the one and only.
He's even made a song and dance in his honor.
I had to make a song for Heisman Mendoza.
Let me see it.
So you go I, you, and then Heisman. So Heisman Mendoza every time. That's what we do.
Heisman, Doza, don't you just love it? You know, Fernando grew up here in Miami. He's never played at Hard Rock Stadium, but I think he is going to be ready. So many fans, Indiana fans, have come here to Miami to even without tickets. They've been waiting, watching, seeing if that price will come down. Upper Bowl seats still start around $3,700. If you want to be really close to the field, that'll set you back about $17,000. But again, this is history in the making here for Hoosier fans. I'm Shannon Kogan reporting live, covering the Hoosiers. Let's go from Miami Beach. Back to you, Alina.
Thanks, Shannon. Looks like a lot of fun. Well, kickoff between the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes will be tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Kendrick, Dusty, and Shannon will be covering all the action. You can catch it all right here on Wave News. Ahead of the official holidays, St. Stephen's Baptist Church is honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a special observance. They declared today NAACP Sunday. During their morning service, they focused on the work they say the group is doing to improve justice and civic engagement in Louisville. One of the main things the NAACP focused on today was getting people registered to vote. They explained why that's so important to them.
Vote is important because otherwise, why are organizations and communities spending so much money to limit the vote and the opportunity? Vote changes things. It impacts things.
The NAACP also recruited volunteers for committee work, enrolled new members, and provided information about their mission and programs. There are several events going on tomorrow to honor the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. Tomorrow morning, there will be the 54th annual MLK Motorcade. That will start at the intersection of 28th Street and Broadway at 10 a.m. and end at King Solomon Missionary Baptist Church on Anderson Street. A fellowship service will follow it at noon. In celebration of the holiday, the Muhammad Ali Center will offer free admission to the public from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Dr. King's famous I Have a Dream speech will be playing at the top of every hour. The center's Council of Students will also be holding their annual Youth Leadership Panel discussion at noon. You can pre-register for the event with free tickets at alicenter.org. Those are just two of many MLK Day events happening across our viewing area. You can find more, that complete list, on wave3.com or on the Wave News app.
And in weather, it's all about the bitter cold tonight and for the holiday on Monday. Next weekend will be a different story. A wet weather alert day now in place for Saturday evening as well as next Sunday. And we want to emphasize we're still very early in the game with this setup, but confidence is increasing that we will have a pretty substantial wintry system rolling through. All types of precipitation are possible. It's too early for specifics, but accumulations and travel issues are very, very possible as we head towards next weekend. We'll give you our first look at future cast for next weekend's wintry setup and talk more about this bitter cold coming up in a few minutes, Alina.
Well, also coming up on Wave News, a microchip for your pet can sometimes mean the difference between a happy reunion with your furry friend and never seeing them again. How Metro Animal Services is making the process more accessible.
This newscast is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Now, Wave News.
In October 2025, Metro Council passed legislation requiring all dogs and cats within Louisville's metro to be microchipped. Since then, efforts have been ongoing to get dogs and cats up to date with their microchipping status, including at Louisville Metro Animal Services, where Wave News reporter Kirsten Foote got a look at their monthly drive-through microchip clinic.
Finny. I wouldn't want anything to happen to Finnegan, and I really hadn't been making it a priority, so I'm kind of glad that it was made a priority for me so that I finally got it done.
Finnegan is a playful 7-year-old Irish setter, one of Amy Brower's beloved pets, and now she's up to date with one of Louisville's newest ordinances requiring all dogs and cats over the age of 3 months to be microchipped.
It's such a sense of security. I hope that she never gets lost, but just knowing that she'll be readily identified and that I can pick her up is going to be, it's a relief to know that it's just one more way to keep her safe.
Finnegan is one of a couple dozen dogs getting a microchip during one of Louisville Metro Animal Services monthly drive-through clinics. The first 50 pets received a free one.
Veterinary can be very expensive to take care of your pets, but they're like our kids, and so I want to do everything I can. So being able to do it and it be affordable is fantastic.
The process for your pet to get a chip is simple.
Right inside is a little microchip, and it's about the size of a grain of rice. So it goes just under the skin.
And then Metro Animal Services says since the law took effect, more pets have been chipped, and it's made their jobs a lot easier.
Not only do we know immediately who the owner is and have contact information for them, but we do have a lot of amazing people out there on the streets in the community who can scan these pets and take them straight home.
They intake 20 to 40 lost dogs each day. The law is also helping ease a long-standing problem of overcrowding at the shelter.
The more animals that we can get out and back home, the less animals that we have to euthanize here in the shelter.
In Louisville, Kirsten Foote, Wave News.
The shelter offers these drive-through clinics once a month. They recommend checking their Facebook page for when the February one will be held. We'll be right back after this break.
Here's a look at the current Kentucky Lottery jackpots. The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.
All right, brace yourselves. It's going to be bitterly cold MLK Day with temperatures struggling to stay in the 20s. Carson Meredith joins us now with a look at this week's forecast. Carson, not something most people are going to look forward to.
Not at all, Lena, that's for sure. The first half of the week, it's all about the cold. The second half of the week, we're going to have a little wintry weather to add into that cold. Outside tonight, Spaghetti Junction traffic moving along just fine. We hit 28 earlier today, about 15 degrees below average for this time of year, but it's a lot better than it was on this day 32 years ago. Do you remember that? The big winter storm of 94. On this date, we hit that record low temperature of 16 below zero. Thankfully, we don't have anything like that anytime soon, but we will be in the positive teens with those overnight lows tonight. 18 our forecast low with a 20% chance for a few flurries in southern Indiana this evening. Any flurries that do fly will likely not accumulate, and the roads will be just fine. For MLK Day tomorrow, we'll have tons of sunshine. It'll be a nice looking day. It just won't warm us up much, will that sunshine. 24 our forecast tomorrow, but when you factor in that wind out of the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour, we'll have those feels like temperatures in the single digits across the board tomorrow morning. And some of you in southern Indiana, let's say Seymour, Bedford, Paoli, Jasper, could wind up seeing those wind chills bottom out near zero tomorrow morning. And we'll do it all over again on Tuesday as well. A high temperature of 30 Tuesday afternoon, which is better than 24, but Tuesday morning, we'll have those lows in the single digits again, and those wind chills near, maybe even below zero in a few spots. Wednesday is our first system we're keeping an eye on this upcoming work week. It's a quick hitting system. It still does not have a ton of moisture with it. Even so, there is going to be that opportunity for a brief wintry mix. This may be a setup actually where we start with a few flakes Wednesday morning, then go to rain as we warm up Wednesday afternoon, and maybe end as a few flakes Wednesday night. Right now, that system looks to be just a minor annoying setup, if you will. That's why we don't have an alert day for that system in particular. Next weekend, a much different story. A wave weather alert day now in place for Saturday night and all of next Sunday. Confidence increasing that we will see some kind of wintry system move through wave country. But there's a lot of finer details we still have to figure out. What I'm showing you here on Futurecast is at least an early look at what could be on the table next weekend with a system that tracks to our south towards the Gulf Coast, and that would set the stage for plenty of snow here in wave country. But there are some other models that suggest we could have a mixed bag of everything, Alina, with snow, plain rain, and maybe a little bit of ice too. So a lot to sort out next weekend, but we want to give you that first alert that next Saturday and Sunday could be messy.
Hopefully just the fluffy stuff. We don't want any of the ice.
That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for, but we'll watch it.
All right, thanks, Carson. Well, still to come, the Lunar New Year season is approaching. We'll have how some Louisville groups are celebrating it when we come back. Today, several people gathered at the Speed Art Museum to celebrate an upcoming holiday that holds significance to several cultures around the world. They partnered with the Asia Institute Crane House to ring in the Lunar New Year. The event is celebrated in places like China, Vietnam, and Korea, among others, and is a time where people focus on renewal, honor their ancestors, and celebrate their families and communities.
Based off of the most recent Census Bureau findings, the Asian community is actually one of the fastest growing communities here in Louisville. So it's just a testament for us to celebrate the traditions and cultures of Asia, and also to celebrate our immigrant brothers and sisters.
The Lunar New Year season starts with the first new moon of the lunar calendar and ends on the first full moon 15 days later. This year it will officially begin on Tuesday, February 17th. This will mark the year of the horse in the Chinese zodiac. We'll be right back.
Now, your 10-day forecast from the Wave Storm Tracking Team.
Cold air certainly here to stay the next couple of days. For the holiday tomorrow, our forecast high is 24. We'll wake up in the morning with those wind chills in the single digits across the entire region. Tuesday morning, actual temperatures for many of you will be in the single digits. We've got one opportunity for a light wintry mix Wednesday. I don't expect to see major accumulations or travel issues on Wednesday. We'll be going back and forth between snow early, rain during the day, and maybe ending as snow later in the evening on Wednesday. The main focus is next weekend. Those alert days now in place for Saturday evening and all of next Sunday, 1 week from today. That's a very, very earliest alert for you. It's way too early for specifics on actual timing or exact timing, amounts, and travel issues, but confidence is pretty high. We'll have a substantial winter system rolling through, all types of precipitation on the table. Just too early to know exactly how much snow, how much ice, or maybe how much plain rain we'll see next weekend, but we're watching it, Alina.
All right, thanks, Carson. Well, the only Ferrari 250 GTO has ever made in white has been sold at auction. The Kissimmee Auction House in Florida says it went for $38.5 million. They say the 1962 vehicle is one of the most highly coveted models for Ferrari lovers. It can go 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds with a top speed of 174 miles per hour. However, it's not the most expensive Ferrari ever sold. That award goes to a car sold in 2023 that went for more than $50 million.
Wow.
It's a lot of money. Would you ever pay that much for a car?
No, I wouldn't ever pay that much for anything, would you?
That's fair.
That's fair. Right?
I'm not really like a car person, so I can't speak to
I'm
that.
a big racing fan, but
yeah,
y'all can keep that money.
Yes.
For that car.
Yeah, it's better spent on other things, right?
That's right.
All right, thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you back here at 11.
Good night.
Get live streaming news, 24-hour weather, investigations, podcasts, and more, all for free with Wave Now.